What's the cutest story you know of how a couple got together? My grandparents met on New Year's Eve on the subway in New York City. My grandfather was an immigrant from Denmark and was seriously considering returning home at the time. My grandmother had moved up from the south because she hated it there. When my grandfather saw her, he thought, I want to go on a date with her. My grandmother saw him and thought, that's the guy I'm going to marry. My grandfather asked for directions to the ferry, though he already knew the way. They ended up talking, and my grandfather ditched his relatives to go back to my grandmother's apartment. I don't think anything happened because her roommate's cooking gave him food poisoning. The next day, he convinced her to kiss him for his father's birthday. He hated his father at the time. When he left, she got an atlas to try to figure out where he was from. A few weeks later, her dad died, and she had to go home. She called him to say she wouldn't see him for a little while. He decided that if, after only a few weeks, he was so important to her that she had to tell him she was going away, then she was the one. When she came back to New York, he proposed. They got married 3 months after meeting. They had 4 children and were happily married for 20 years until she died of cancer. By all accounts, they never fought and were in love until she died.